Howdy y'all, welcome to your Average Joe's Interest. Today's interest, Jeep YJ. Today she's going to get some brakes. Okay, Jeep YJ get some brakes. When we last left you guys, we had discovered that we had no brakes whatsoever. We talked about it a couple of times before, that this Jeep had been sitting up for some years. I went ahead and put some brake fluid in there just to see what would happen. And if you'll take a look down below, there's some brake fluid residue right there on the bottom side of the brake booster. And then also put a catch pan down below, and this catch pan has been getting brake fluid dripping on it ever since. So we've determined that the brake master cylinder needs to be changed out, and due to the look of the brake booster, I figured we'd go ahead and change it out at the same time. So we're going to go in here, start taking some things apart, and try to get this changed out before the end of the day. Okay, so one of the first things that we need to get done is go ahead and remove the brake lines. I've got a pan down there to catch all of this brake fluid, so we'll go ahead and start draining it out. Okay, so I'm going to bring you in for a little bit closer look. Let's see what we can do with that. I think that might be a pretty good angle. All right, that should start to drain out, and it looks like that the back reservoir has got some pretty crappy looking head on it. We'll see. Looks like they tried to take it off without the proper size. We might need to use a little bit of persuasion on this guy here. I'll be back. Let's see. Okay, I'm back. Let's see what some channel locks will do for us. Well, see what this wrench will do for us first. Yeah, it's wallowed out on this side. Oh, that worked for us. All right, we're going to get it off, I think, just like this. All right, and we're off. Let that slowly drain out onto that pan that's catching it, and we'll go inside and we'll try to remove it from the brake pedal. Let's see what we got in here. All right. Looks like we got that nut right there that we're going to have to remove. It looks like a little keeper. And that might just be about it. Let's see, we got one nut there. And the opposite side of that nut. Looks like there's a little bit of plug and play going on there. So we'll remove that while we're in here. And then let's see what we got. Okay, after doing a little bit of looking at the new parts, it looks like I'm going to go ahead and have to remove the reservoir first. There should be some sort of piece connecting between the reservoir and the brake booster. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the reservoir right now. Ooh. We got ourselves a selection of wrenches here. Let's see what we got. 11/16 is too large. 9/16. I'll be right on the money. Here we go. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and do it on this side too. Alright, take and double wrench it real quick, just for a little breakage. There we go. Right, one up. All right. Okay, so there is no physical connection between those two. All right, I wanted to make sure of that. And we can go ahead and take a look. That's awesome. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 threads showing on this right here. That might be important to keep an eye on. All right, we're going to go inside the Jeep and remove this booster from the pedal, and then we'll go ahead and remove the booster after that. All right, let's see what we got for sizing here. I can't tell if that's going to be good enough. Okay, sorry folks about the inability to film that part. I was able to get up there and completely remove the brake pedal from its location. There was a little sensor right there that I unplugged. It was just a quick, easy unplug. And what came out basically was this little bolt right there. Little plastic washer on it. Well, when you're working on the side of the road, what can you do? Okay, so what came out was this bolt right here. Little nut on this side, and then kind of like a locking nut on the outside of that locking nut. So that's essentially all that came out. So now that we're done with that part, we're going to come back here, and there are 4 mounting bolts on the back side there. We're going to remove those mounting bolts, and that should be about it. All right, let me get you set back up and we'll start taking off those mounting bolts. Okay, my assumption is that we're going to be at the 9/16 size range again. Let me check. Okay, that's a 1/2 inch right there, and 1/2 inch does work. All right, since we're going the opposite direction, we're going to pull towards you this time instead of push. Oop. Try that again. locked in. Here we go. That one went well. Go try this one. Probably would be a good idea to have a ratchet in the socket, but I don't think I have a deep socket for this, but we'll get a shot down here. Alright, that broke easily enough. We'll turn on that. Alright, and finally this one right here. Cable's in the way, accelerator cable. I'd have to go from underneath. This isn't gonna work out. Let's see if I can get a socket on there. Okay, I got a 13 millimeter deep socket, which is about the same as a 1/2 inch. It should work out just fine. We are missing it by just a smidgen. Might have to use a regular socket. Let's see. Let's see if it's deep enough. Nope, it's not deep enough. We're going to have to do it with a wrench. We got it broken free. Now it's just going to be the tedious job of getting all this stuff off of there. Alrighty then, that's it. Should be able to pull right on out now. And there it is, brake booster. And here's our new brake booster. It's much better, doesn't it? I did discover there was a little bit of a little plastic sleeve there that I took off the other one. remove these nuts. Oh, these are going to be so much easier to put in. So bad. Yeah, that's going to be nice. I did look in the box. It is an OEM part, but OEM built in China. So this is produced in China, unfortunately. But we'll just see how she holds up over the course of time. Alright. And got it slid back in there. That was pretty easy. Put a couple of nuts there to hold it, and then we'll see what it looks like inside. All right, here we are. Let's take a look what she looks like in here. And okay, I see it right there. All right, it has come through. Not a problem. I will need to make sure that it's going to line up. Well, let's see here. See if I can hold you guys there. Yeah, I think that's going to work out just fine. We'll shove it in a little deeper here in just a little bit. And then I think after we tighten that up, it'll line up perfectly. All right, let's go back outside. All right, let's see if we're still dealing with 1/2 inch here. And we are. Do this as long as we can. Probably have to swap on over to a wrench after a little bit. Oh, I'm out of room on that one. Oh, that's nice. Give it a little bit of a force in hand there. I was able to pull that right in. That was nice. Now we should be able to put a wrench on it and snug it up pretty easily. New bolts are amazing. Alright, so that's it for the brake booster. See if we can't replace this guy real quick. Should be a nice, easy replacement. There we go. Alright. I have to say, that definitely looks much better. Let's get the master cylinder over here and get it installed. Okay. Look at that beautiful thing. All right, we'll get her put on in. Okay, that's good. First of all, the nuts. Okay, held in place. Assuming 1/2 inch, and nope, it looks like that might be a 9/16. And let's see what we got. Yep, 9/16. Well, if nothing else, it sure does look pretty, doesn't it? Yeah. All right, all snugged up there. Here comes the tricky part, installing the tubing without it getting cross-threaded. Let's see here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, great. There we go. That one spins freely. That one did not. Let's see if we can give it a little bit of love. Kind of need these things to spin freely, so when you get it into position, oh, there we go. Once you get it in position, you'll be able to move it. Hopefully. Gotta give it a little shake as you're doing it. Make sure that you're not trying to force it. It goes in smoothly enough. Oh, we might have to. So yeah, I'll give it a little shake like that as I'm doing it. You don't want to force it. You force it, you cross thread it. You cross thread it, you'll have to start all over. You have to buy a new master cylinder, probably buy some new tubing pieces. If not, you're going to try to recut the threads, and it just gets bad after that. All right, there we go. I believe we just got the front done. All right, let's see here. Beat this into submission again. There we go. There we go. There we go. You gotta give it a wobble as you do it. I think we just got it. Oh yeah, that took. So, somebody really galled up the edges on this thing. Looks to be a 7/16 here and a 1/2 inch on the front. Looks like these rounded off edges. Somebody is using something either too large, or channel locks, or it's just too snug in the past. They run it off the edges, but I think we're going to be able to get it just fine. Oh yeah, that's nice and snug. Nice and snug. And for a 1/2 inch. Okay, so what's next? Install the brake pedal. We're good as far as the brake booster and master cylinder are concerned. We'll install the brake pedal and then we'll fill it up with brake fluid and start pumping it on out. Here we go. Alright, when it comes to the brake pedal, all we should have to do, let's see if I can angle you on up the right direction there. There we go. Let's see here. Alright, we just got to get those two lined up, install our bolt, install our nuts, tighten her up. We're going to call it good. So this guy here is going to go right in there. Let's see if I can keep it going with me. Huh. Almost. Oh yeah. Oh, we certainly got it started. Here we go. Oh, I can already feel the tension. That's good. I'm gonna come back to you here in just a moment after I get a chance to tighten this up, and then we'll fill up the reservoir and bleed off the brakes. Okay, I'm just realizing I missed the step. I want to go ahead and bring this back to you. So this guy is hooked up to a sensor on the brake pedal, and this came off whenever we removed the bolt, so we're going to have to remove the bolt real quick, reinstall this in between the bolt as we slide it in, and then reconnect the electrical. Then we're going to have to reconnect the electrical fitting on there for that sensor. Alright, so I'm going to press pause for you guys. Whenever we come back, this should already be installed. Alright. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're going to fill this master cylinder on up. There we go. There we go. Then we'll bleed the brakes off. Alright. Alright, we're back after bleeding off the brakes. We thought we were good. We were about to try to put it on the road. And I gave the brakes one last good pump. And you guys may or may not see that in there. There's a whole bunch of splashing going on. So we have determined that we got bad brake lines leading up to the brakes. I guess that time in Maine kind of did bad for those brake lines. So we're gonna take time, step back, and we're gonna 100% replace the brake line. And now I think I want to go ahead and replace the hydraulic line for the clutch master cylinder as well. Okay, so here we are at the end of the workday on our Jeep YJ. Brake master cylinder was replaced, brake booster was replaced. We got all the lines strained out, but as I was pumping up the brakes and testing them and making sure they're ready to drive on the road, we had a blowout with our brake line. Now I've decided we're going to have to go ahead and replace all the brake lines, and I'm going to go ahead and replace the clutch master cylinder hydraulic lines as well, just to make sure we're safe. So there's another part of the project on our Jeep YJ. Thanks for coming on over to Your Average Geocentrist. You have a blessed day.